Good evening, everyone. Apparently, my monitor wasn't working for that, and I could not hear the intro loop, and I was like, when are we gonna go live? Anyways, we're here. We are in game number 1 of our first best of 3 series, and we have the members of Rising Phoenix Amethyst on the left-hand side and Cerebral Gaming on the right. Thank you all for joining me this evening, as we have also a new emote as well. We have a little bandit sleeping. How you doing, Day? Good to see everyone in chat. I wish you all the best on our Tuesday afternoon, but we are here on Infernal Shrines for our Division E matchup. Yes, we are here in the Division E. We have not, I don't think we've actually had the chance to jump down here just yet, but the first thing we need to jump down to is the map bans. Home team this evening is going to be the members of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They lost the coin flip, giving map pick or first pick over to the side of Cerebral Gaming. They opted for map pick for game number 1, banning out Dragonshire and Battlefield of Eternity. The members of Phoenix Rising Amethyst chose to ban out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom. Infernal Shrines will be our first map chosen by the members of Cerebral Gaming. Let's go ahead and get back into our draft and find out what we have. Being first picked is an Orphea, not a hero we ever see first pick. Like things in a lot of the divisions we see are often like Sylvanas priority, Joanna, etc. Zool as well, but I mean, you know, Mal'Ganis and Zool have been banned out. Tracer is banned out as well. She does have her 13 talent tier banned, as the untouchable blink distance is a little unpredictable at times, so they're going to get rid of that. But also Kael'thas being gotten rid of is a powerful hero. That's going to be a Deathwing and a Tassadar. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just super excited about this because I don't think I've gotten a chance to cast any Division E games, so we're in for a treat. We're in for a treat, that's for sure. Crafty, what's up, bud? Haven't caught a Division E game yet this season. Good luck to both teams. I'm excited for this. Covey, what's up, bud? Vita, how are you doing, my friend? You gotta say the name right? No, Covey, no. No, this is a wholesome Christian stream. As I wear my ghost t-shirt. Kalis, how's it going? Good to see you, my friend. We are literally getting into draft of game 1. You have made it just in time, as you might have missed some of the map bans, but we are here, as I said, in Division E. Also, really quickly, Barrel Scream, I think it is. Thank you for the follow a little bit ago as we were getting into this game. So an Orphea, Lucio, and Blaze on the left-hand side will be picked up. We have a Tassadar and a Deathwing for Infernal Shrines. So far, I will say that the Phoenix Rising Amethyst has a fairly strong composition together here. They've got the speed boost between the lane rotation, some chase potential with that Lucio as well. Well, just overall Lucio in general for speed boost and chase, but just even the mobility from Blaze and Orphea are going to be offering quite a bit for this team as well. So I like the chase potential and the aggression, even the defensive footing that they can be on here, as we are going to be seeing a Joanna banned out. This Deathwing could be a top lane. This could be a solo lane Deathwing that, you know, just drops down during the objective phase, or this is a main tank. Both of them actually are viable here within the lane rotations. Their wave clear is good. Their presence is pretty powerful, as well as their overall aggression and the menace they bring to a lane. Rhaegar is going to be grabbed here, as well as a Tychus. Now, I believe this is going to be a Bloodlust, and I think Bloodlust, I don't know if Bloodlust affects Deathwing or not. I want to say it does, but I have a feeling that someone in chat's going to be like, actually, no, it's because of this one thing, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. So, nobody plays Blaze except me. All right, Crafty. Let me tell you this, I have been casting Here as the Storm for a very long time. Blaze literally fell off the radar for no apparent reason as of late. Like, nobody has been playing Blaze. It's weird. Like, this is the second Blaze game I've probably seen in like over a month. I'm good. 5-day weekend starting now. I think the barbers are open up again, so I'll finally get rid of this corona hair. Well, just do what I do. Just take a razor to it and you'll never have to. Well, you'll have to worry about it again when it grows back. But ETC Junkrat on the left-hand side, I actually really do like this. Disruption from the Junkrat's going to be powerful, as well as the ETC. Blaze can kind of jump in there as well. As I'm getting a call from a team that, thank God I have Discord sounds muted. All right. I just looked over, I was like, wait, what is this? Okay, anyways, we're fine. Murden, though, was grabbed to round things out on the right-hand side as well. I like this a lot. I think both these have very, very strong drafts, as Bandits put himself right in front of the camera, as always. I know, nobody plays Blaze. His pick rate is like 5% or something like that. Wait, really? I didn't know it was that low. I mean, you bodied me on a Blaze, and you proved your point, but I don't see it anywhere. And yet in Europe, Blaze is pretty popular around the higher ranks. I mean, Trist, Triest, or I think it's Trist. Tyrael. Look at Tyrael in North America. Tyrael has no value outside of like the 4 people that play them in North America. Whereas you go to Europe, it's first pick, first ban material. And that's not because they're gonna juice pirates, it's because they legit use him as a proper hero. Like, it's wild, like the different metas. Like, even then, I like Muradin right here. Like, Muradin's actually really powerful, but he's just not played. But he's played here. Anyways, let's get into game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. We have got CS on the Blaze. I'm going to get all these wrong. HK Bear, not sure, is going to be on the Orphea. Yahtzee will be on the Junkrat. We've got Sparhawk, I believe, on the Lucio, and Sidearm is going to be on the ETC. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Cerebral Gaming. We're going to be seeing Tassadar. Oh, that's probably a player DC. Nope, they're back. Novel's Waifu's going to be on the Tassadar. We've got Kasaya on the Deathwing. Galbreezy is going to be on the Muradin. We've got Sleepy Bear on that Tychus, and John US, or Jonas, is going to be on that Rhaegar. I was going to say Thrall. Not even in the game, but different orc. So Blaze is instantaneously going to go to top lane with the Muradin on the right-hand side for the members of Cerebral Gaming. I expect this to be a solo lane Deathwing. Between Blaze and Deathwing, actually, they've got kind of comparable wave clear. They both kind of can throw out... You know, Blaze can throw out the oil slick and then light it on fire and burn with that. Deathwing can kind of go with that lava pool and get some... So they have some range poke, in a sense. They also have ETC stepping forward for the regeneration globe, and they didn't even need it. They didn't even go into proc rock. They wasn't necessary, but they still went for it, and they go down. That'll be first blood in favor for the members of Cerebral Gaming, stepping a little too far out on that ATC without their friendly team as well, and they didn't have any sort of... They didn't have the, I can't think, Encore? No, that's not right. That's the slow. Anyways, the 4 talent that actually gives you the increased loudspeakers. I feel like this is baseline ability. No, it's face mount. Anyways, loudspeakers are level 4. There we go, with the 50% increased knockback range. So that would have helped them out right there, because the little pushback that they have right now. But even then, like, the pushback that they have currently isn't that bad. Ooh, Gold trying to go for the invade onto this. Does get the Stormbolt into the face of Lucio. Power Slide from Sidearm won't be able to connect, but they're still in this engagement. Really good concussion mine from Yahtzee as they get behind their gate. Muradin has the Dwarf Toss away. And I think they'll be able to just disengage right there, not losing at anyone. No invade onto the camp, yielding them a steal or anything, but still putting some pressure onto them. ETC once again split from the team, force wall from the Tassadar. I don't think they... Ooh, that's a very good concussion mine. Unfortunately, it won't push them back, but they still save the ETC with the kind of zoning potential that came out from the concussion mine right there. As Blaze and Deathwing, we haven't really checked on this matchup just yet, as I actually want to see how this is looking between these two. We do... I keep saying things like that, but then I see the minimap and I see health bars just diminishing as we actually have ETC trying to put the pressure onto Sleepy Bear. Yahtzee might be able to have enough damage. Gonna zone the gate with the concussion mine. Tychus is dealing a decent amount of damage. They actually walk through the side of that Junkrat was poking at it, but John now diving onto this Junkrat who's just sitting a couple hundred health. I think they thought about Hearthing and lane, but they're gonna back off and Hearth behind their front gate as ETC gets caught with the shock ray from Tassadar, and they'll get the pick right there. They also did go into static charge at level 1, so they're going to be building up that stacking as quickly as possible for some extra damage, as Blaze and Deathwing are still going to be brawling out in top lane. No one really losing or winning the lane, but just playing this back and forth fairly well between these two players. I like my spiky hair, so I'm just going to keep it. I just said a lot. Oh, okay, yeah. Chaos is our king. Is it Cius? HK Baker? I don't know. Ignasty, how's it going? Lingaria, how's it going? Welcome, everyone. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. We got some good games for all of you. We got this best of 3, and then we got a best of 5 afterwards. I actually got a bark box today, but I think we're gonna hold that off for the weekend. We have Heroes Lounge this weekend, so we're gonna hold that off for, I think, when we have like a lull in Heroes Lounge where maybe there's a pause in some of those games. Anyways, Blaze is gonna get a jet propulsion onto Galbreezy, who's very low. Sidearm's gonna get the power slide, but there's no mosh, but there's no 10 Talonteers. They get the Dwarf Toss over them. That will be ETC going down. Concussion Mine from the Junkrat won't find anyone, as they do just get pushed back by Sparhawk. Force Wall is gonna be keeping them in this. They're gonna try and wall ride, get themselves away from all this, but they're still stuck inside. Tassadar finds the last little bit of damage they need with the shock ray, and they confirm a second kill during the subjective phase. They find a third right there as well, and Cerebral Gaming are gonna go up 6-0 in our kills, and it looks like they will be able to grab first objective. Death timers are low. They could look to invade onto this, but don't know, they don't have the fastest Shrine Clear, especially without Novel's waifu. Oh, power slide, very good cleanse from the Rhaegar. They're gonna bite onto Sidearm. Sidearm taking a lot of damage. The CTC is not longed for this world, and once again, these shock rays, my words didn't come out right there for a second, are insane. Wait till they get Thermal Lance at, I believe, 16. Thermal Lance is just, I believe it's like you're increasing the damage to the first hero hit first hero you hit with Shock Ray. I remember when I was playing like Quick Match a week ago, and I was playing Tassadar just to go with like pure Q build and then go Black Hole with that as well. And I got to 16, and I remember hitting a Q on Tracer, and half of her health went away from one Q. John is actually going to end up going down to the Nexus forces, just a little too OP right there. And this Punisher still pushing in through top lane, but they found themselves on the far side. They're actually going to go ahead and clear out the Shaman camp, as the Punisher will do most of the work. They're going to have Novel's waifu putting a little damage onto the players around the fort, but they have to realize this is new tower changes. They're having the armor reduction. Gull, with negative 40 armor and a sliver of health, will be able to kind of cycle around here. They didn't go third win at level 1, but they do have their baseline ability to give themselves some healing right there. That is going to be a fort still going down in top lane, and the momentum being built by the members of Cerebral Gaming is really, really hard to deal with here, as Gull sidesteps the concussion mine. Novel gonna throw out, wow, that's a big stack for them as they hit just about everyone with that Shock Ray. Static Charge sitting at 115 out of the 250 stacks necessary. Hey Bahamut, how are the games going? Very, very good. He pronounces it OC. I don't know, I don't know. I was about to go brew some Joe, and now I have to watch the first. Yay! No coffee for you. Tassadar will be going into Archon form right there. Tass is a little like Asmo right now. You stack the Q quests, and you get one huge burst of damage in a certain amount of time. So what you're saying is that I should also become a Tassadar main? I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy playing Tassadar with just like the full Q build, but I like to go, I will say this, I do like to go Electric Fence at level 4. This is not a bad talent by any means. I just think Electric Fence, if you can get the placement on those force walls right, like that, you can get so much value and so much potential setup as well. 10 talent tiers did come through. The Bloodlust was picked up by the Rhaegar. We'll see if that affects the Deathwing, or if Deathwing actually ever is involved in any of these team fights, but they do have the next Punisher in mid lane. They're still gonna push down this bottom lane as Golf Breezy's gonna be dwarf tossing around, maybe looking to step up into the enemy team backline, as Yahtzee very, very low, maybe just trying to bait them into stepping underneath the fort and taking all that damage, as that's going to be another shock ray coming out from Tassadar. ETC is going to get stopped with a Stormbolt as they power slid in. That's going to be a force wall, and that's the reason I like to go that Electric Fence at level 4, is because most people walk along the force wall instead of walking away from it and then around it, so they're going to get slowed and they're going to take that damage over time. But ETC is going to get picked off once again. Deathwing did land and is going to be joining the friendly team. They actually aren't going to be focusing mid lane whatsoever. That's going to be a Junkrat, a Riptire coming out from Junkrat. But what I wanted to point out is that they're not pushing into mid at all, which is going to be the next Punisher lane. Will be a Frozen Punisher as well, and that's actually a really, like, doing this kind of soft push. Actually, this is a pretty aggressive push into a lane before an objective phase really gets you a ton of value. But either way, we are going to just have them get a fort in bottom lane. They should be able to take out a well. They're gonna use the Cataclysm right there, huh? They went the reset, but I think they used that in the wrong order. They need a Cataclysm just before the fort went down, so they got the reset, right? Yeah, they went Burn Beneath My Shadow, so a little mistiming on that Cataclysm, so they won't have that for this next engagement, which is a little sad, because Cataclysm around, just using the lava pool to get vision, this is rude. I will say that's one thing I don't think I've seen a Deathwing do. But I also don't know, I can't recall seeing many, if any, Deathwings on this map. But rotating down to defend from behind the enemy 4-stack, why? Because why not? Can Bloodlust target Deathwing? We're gonna find out. That was the one question I had in draft when Rhaegar was picked up. I don't think it does. No, Deathwing's size did not change whatsoever right there. And you can see Tassadar right here. Tassadar is mega size, so I don't think that buff does affect them, as there's a whole lot of damage being thrown onto the ground. Tassadar will be going down. That will be a kill for the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, as the Eternal Feast is eternally continuing as everyone keeps stepping in the Eternal Feast. That just goes down right there. So that's gonna be a 4-for-1. I think you take that trade, but yeah, I don't believe Bloodlust affects Deathwing whatsoever. Does Deathwing's breath outrange turret fire? Are you saying like turrets as in like the turrets from Volskaya and Hanamura? If so, I believe his breath is yeah. I think it's longer than the turret range. What do you think, Bandit? You think it's longer than the turret range? He's a little pacey today. He got 2 walks, but he's still a little pacey. He's sieging like there's no tomorrow. Deathwing's gonna be landing. Sorry, I was looking over at chat for a couple seconds too long, as that'll be Orphea getting picked off. The Eternal Feast will continue. The camp is not grabbed by anyone. That's Sparhawk going down right there. John is very low. They're kind of wedged in between this wall, but Sidearm doesn't really have a fort or anything to get back over to in this bottom lane. Deathwing gonna get the lava burst right there, and they find another triple kill just as the Punisher continues to move its way through mid lane. Tassadar gonna finish that out. There's the Cataclysm for the reset, so they get the reset. You can see it right there. It was 90, now it's 0. They could have actually stepped it up here and gone along this front gate to get some extra siege into there, but I realized that they just wanted to burn it. Essentially, they didn't really need to use the Cataclysm. I don't know. It's 50-50. Like, yeah, you can use it, but you'll just end up getting it back. I don't know. But they have it up and available if they want to use it here. They're actually going to be using it backwards away from this. They stepped into the keep range. Now they're going to be using the Burn Beneath My Shadow. Does get some damage onto the fort right there. Muradin does have some good siege in as well, as they're just trying to focus this keep down in mid lane to get themselves some consistent catapult pressure. Tassadar at 195 stacks on the static charge from level 1 out of the 250. Junkrat actually ends up going down to the I was gonna say Cataclysm, to the Commandeer Odin damage. There we go. Oh, turret towers for the wall. Ah, I see what you're saying. They might have just played it at an angle where they weren't really targetable. Sparhawk, I can't believe Sleepy chased in that far, but Blaze tries to dive out. That's Eternal Feast as well as a combustion from the Blaze. A lot of damage going to be there, but can they solidify a kill? Muradin dives over. They find the Stormbolt into the back of Blaze, and we are looking... No, okay, I was like, we are looking at an 11-minute potential end, but it doesn't seem like they're going to go for it. They're going to back off, grab a camp, and get ready for some more pressure within top lane or bottom. Next is going to be Arcane Punisher for this bottom lane. Deathwing is just... Tassadar as well over here. Power Slide from the ETC is just going to push them around. They did go loudspeakers at level 4, so it does give them that extra face melt range, and that's that Thermal Lance I was telling you. So it deals an additional 8% of the health of the first hero it hits. So it's just more damage on your Q, which if you're already scaling it by this much, yeah, you might as well. CG just wants to play some, yeah. It looks like they just have some Persona 5 just pending. Tassadar, I believe, was the one who DC'd before. I think they're gonna wait. Let's see. Are they saying anything in chat? No. Tassadar's just been DCing and reseeing. Playing to win as fast as possible. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're trying to speed run Infernal Shrines, but they've got, I think it's a really strong composition what they put together. Bloodlust plus Archon is dumb powerful. It's dummy thick, if you will, as the kids say. Cataclysm from the Deathwing will put them on the far side of this, but gets them a little siege into that mid lane. We are having the camp now coming in through mid. That's going to be the Commandeer Odin as well. All the big things, plus the Bloodlust from the Rhaegars. That's a mosh pit from Sidearm going off, but it ends up getting canceled out. They don't find a kill with that. That is Sidearm very, very low. Muradin dives in with the Thunderclap. John very low as well. No Ancestrals. They did go into the Bloodlust, but that's a Junkrat being cleared out. Did they find the Blaze here? They end up getting that pick right there as well. Tassadar, did you just see Sparhawk's health get shredded by that Q? Static charge. No. Sorry, I'm still learning the shock ray. I'm still learning the new talents and the new names, so my brain's still flipping things, but actually, they're gonna go ahead and take game number 1 in a 13-minute and 27-second match. GG. Well played to Cerebral Gaming. Double giant mech is overkill. Kinda. Like they did go like what's the kind of thing that makes our characters bigger? Archon and Commandeer Odin. That was a really strong game from the members of Cerebral Gaming, but I don't want to count the members of Phoenix Rising Amethyst out of this. Did y'all see that they made an Overwatch episode for American Dad? I just found that out today. Very far forward with no escape plan, yeah. Yo, Swanky Sushi with the bandit treat. All right, we'll get that in just a second. Hey now, hey, these players are out here playing their hearts out. Don't shame them for dying. I die a lot when I play. Are you all just like clipping me dying? Is that it? Is there just like a secret clip composition of Bahamut Gaming, caster, or poor player? Ultimate Hooks, thank you for the follow 8 minutes ago. Much appreciated. All right, let's get some stuff set up here. Alrighty. Cool. All right, we're getting teams in here, and then we'll get going into game number 2. I'm not shaming. I die left and right. I don't know. I saw the cow K. This is gonna be map pick from them. Cool. I guess it's not a secret anymore, Kappa. It's sushi, please. I don't even know if I should give Bandit. No, I'm just kidding. I can never do that to my good puppy. Yes, you good boy. Now you're back all the way over here. Give you all of your toys. You can have this. You good baby boy. Thank you, Swanky Sushi, for redeeming 5,000 Bandit bucks for a nice little treat. Okay. Thank you very much. He's just staring now. He's like, is there more? More for me? No, thank you for blessing us with this pupper. He's such a good boy. His so I was going through like my Snapchat was reminding me of things I did 3 years ago, and apparently today was the day that I drove from Chicago to Colorado. For anyone that doesn't know, Chicago to Colorado is, I believe it's a 13-hour drive, and we did it in 16. I think I'm right on that. Right, like this time 3 years ago, I was moving across the country from Detroit to where I live now. Let me look. Maps, because we have to wait for one player's rebooting, so we'll know in a second. All right, so Chicago, Illinois to Denver, Colorado. Because then I stayed with my friend for like 2 days because I had to recover from driving for just so many hours straight. Let's see. So it's 14 hours and 53 minutes. Excuse me. But we did it in like 16-ish. I want to say we did like 16, 17 hours. I remember we left Chicago at like 7, 8 a.m. Like we got up early and we went right for it. And we just drove all day. And his toys. Looney Tune, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you for 8 months of support.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribed.
I thought the most popular one was titled Bahamut, Feeding Explained in 3 Easy Steps. No, there isn't. I don't have one of those. All right, we're waiting on one player. They're rebooting, and then we're going to get into game number 2 here in just a second. Looney Tune, thank you once again for the tier 1, my friend. I really appreciate that. All right, we're all set on everything. We just got to wait for the last player. You should see how many toys are just like across my bedroom floor, because if you missed it, Saturday/Sunday I took everything out of my office, like everything but the desk and the pictures on the walls, but like all of my monitors came out, all of my monitor arms, all of my key light arms, all of my microphone, all of the wires. I ripped everything out of here, vacuum cleaned, and I honestly, it wasn't like massively dirty or anything. It was just like I was like itching to do some cable management, so I was like, I might as well clean everything. It took me like 8 hours to do all this. I made the drive from Phoenix to Seattle in 16 hours. No, thank you. That does not sound fun. Like, if anyone ever asked me, they were like, "Hey, Bahamut, let's go from California to Michigan," I would say, only if you're my really close friend. Because that's actually the only other time I've ever offered that to someone else was when the person who went across the country with me as my co-pilot, I was like, "Hey, do you need a co-pilot for when you do it? Like, I can take time off of work, I'll fly to Michigan, I can see my family, and then we'll drive to California." And he's like, "No, I got it." And that dude did it like 1 day faster than I did. But as I said, like I stopped in Colorado and we stayed there for a whole day, and then we left the next day. We did Salt Lake, so that was like 7 hours. 7-8 hours from Denver, and then it was another 7-8 hours from there to where I live now. It's a 1,400 mile drive. Wow. I was doing 100 most of the way through NorCal and Oregon. I would say I probably when I was crossing the country, I probably averaged like 80 to 85. I think that's what I was probably averaging. Somewhere in that range. I get nervous around 90, like 90, like just 90 in general. I just get nervous. My little Subaru, I'm sure it can handle it, but it just like I get nervous because I'm just like my little aluminum can. Plus my dog's in it, and my best friend. The two things I care about most in this world. So, I just like as fast as I wanted to get there, I also wanted to get there safely. But, I remember we were getting into Colorado and like. I was so like loopy. Like we were just like my friend and I were just like constantly we were talking about absolutely nothing just to kind of keep ourselves like we weren't like falling asleep at the wheel, but it was just like we were exhausted. Like we were just tired in general. And the funny thing too is like we got to Colorado, like we got into my buddy's place at like 10 o'clock at night and we stayed up till like 1 in the morning, something stupid. It's also because he was dog sitting, so he had like 2 puppies, and then Bandit got to play with other dogs after sitting in a car for 16 hours, so it was actually really, really good overall. All right. As I said, we're just waiting on one player. They were rebooting. I believe it's the Tassadar player. They just want to kind of see if their reboot will fix it. How did we get here? I started stream. We talked a little bit about Here's the Storm, and now we're in game 2. How you doing, Kymo Tripson? Your best of 5 series is coming up after this best of 3. So anywhere from half an hour to an hour from now, I would say, if you want to let your team know. I got to a point where I was getting to a point where I threw back as much coffee as I could finish in one fell swoop. I know that feeling, not fun. Yeah. I don't drink coffee, so that was also the hard part for me. I can't drink coffee, and I can't drink a lot of fluids while driving because for some reason I will take like a sip of water and have to pee 20 minutes later. Like I don't know what it is, but long distance traveling, like my body, so I just like I have to like not drink unless it's absolutely necessary. All right, let me double check everything is set. Yes, going. All right. I mean, I made in one fell swoop. Yeah, it's worth it at that point, but still, it's a long day. That's a long day of going the same speed in a straight-ish line. Bladder of the squirrel when driving. Yeah, basically like bladder of an ox when I'm casting, bladder of a squirrel when I'm driving. Let's get it. Oh, wrong button. Wait. All the wrong buttons. Is it gonna kick us? Is it? Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to kick in something, but it didn't. Anyways, welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here on Volskaya Foundry for game number 2 of our first best of 3 series. And if you're sitting at home wondering how we got here, I have you covered, friends. The home team this evening is going to be the Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They lost the coin flip, banning out Tomb of Spider Queen and Towers of Doom. The members of Cerebral Gaming opted for map pick for Game 1, banning out Dragonshire and Battlefield. Infernal Shrines was the first map chosen by Cerebral Gaming and won by them in a very dominant fashion. Game number 2, they have the option of first pick or map pick as the losing team on the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, and they opted for first pick. So that means that map pick priority comes out from Cerebral Gaming once again, and they have chosen to take us to Volskaya Foundry. Let's get back into that draft and find out what we got here. As we have a Tassadar to be banned out. They're going to respect that Tassadar from Game 1, and I don't blame them. That Tassadar was terrifying. I mean, I do believe they actually finished out their level 1 questing town, or if not, they were like one stack away from it, like 13 minutes into a game. That's really, really good. I used to drive from LA to Phoenix and back every other weekend. I got used to long drives. No. The longest that I used to have to average was Detroit to Mount Pleasant. So basically I was going from my college to Central Michigan University, and that was roughly a 2.5 to 3 hour drive, and that one I could do without any problem. But like 4 to 5 hour drives, I start to be like, I'm not really that excited about it. That's why I moved out here, because nothing like a 2 to 4 hour drive for me means I'm on the ocean. A 2 to 4 hour drive in Detroit means I'm at a Great Lake or in BFE, Michigan. So sorry, I always like to say I escaped it, because that's how it feels. Anyways, we have a Tassadar and a Deathwing band on the left-hand side, Mal'Ganis and Zul on the right, Orfeo once again to be first picked by the members of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. But that leaves things like Joanna open, as well as Ana. That's a 1-2 punch that I'm not... Like, I'm a little surprised that we're seeing that down in Division E. Like, Ana, a very skill shot hero base. Oh my god. A very skill shot based hero. Not often the priority, but we'll have to see. Kael'thas actually is really, really powerful here, but we do have another ban phase before they can pick anything on the side of Cerebral Gaming. Sorry about this, everyone. I drank too much tea too quickly. Orfeo, what are they going to go with this? A Stukov Blaze. I actually really like the Stukov for the zone potential. Way to push is pretty powerful as well. Overall, that's a good start of their draft right now. They got their healer, they've got either their solo or main tank, depends how they want to play it. ETC to get they're gonna force the ETC player on the opposing side to something else. They're gonna see what else they're comfortable on, whether it be Muradin, Garrosh, Anubarak, main tank Uther. We'll have to see. You didn't want to go play with the Bears in the UP? So the UP for me was a 6 hour drive to the bridge. Yeah, because it takes about 6 hours to get from Metro Detroit. If you will, it takes you about 6 hours to get from Metro Detroit to the Milwaukee Bridge. Not Milwaukee. I always get this wrong. Mackinac Bridge. And then to go to the Upper Peninsula, it's anywhere like to the upper peninsula, like where Michigan Tech is, where I actually went and saw one of my friends. It's anywhere from 3 to 5 more hours, depending on where you go up there. So for me to go visit my buddy in college, it was a 9 hour drive to go to Michigan Tech. No thanks. It's not that great of a drive. It's not that scenic. Like, it's hilly and rolly and foresty, but I guess you could say it's better than Middle America. Middle America's flat and boring, and it smells like poop randomly. We have Lieutenant Morales, Thrall, Ana, and Joanne on the right-hand side. We'll see what they round this draft out. They could go for a Kael'thas, actually. Or they could go into a Diva. Not what I was expecting. Vala and Muradin were picked up in the last 2 slots. There was also a Li Ming ban, not wanting to deal with any sort of spell power Li Ming, but this is double healer. Like, this is double support. I'm really interesting to see where Cerebral Gaming is going with this. This will be an interesting one. I love that little island up there. Hate Fudge, but love the houses and no cars. Yeah, so Mackinac Island. It's like a period island. Like there's a term for it where like it's like stuck in an era kind of deal where they don't allow cars and you can get bicycles. And there's like horse-drawn carriages and stuff. But there's like a lot of like Michigan history from, you know, when there was like battles and stuff that we used to have and wars in the United States. So it's a really cool, like there's a lot of historic stuff there. It's a really nice little island. It's a good time. Me personally though, like I would just go to like Traverse City or something, which is the city near it, and that one was like a little more downtown, a little more bustling. Still had that same rustic feel, but you can still drive your car and you could get a hotel with like good. I'm sure they have Wi-Fi and stuff on the island, but you know what I mean. Anyways, let's get into game. I'm rambling too much. On the left-hand side, we got the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst trying to take us to a game number 3. We got Sparhawk on the Stukov. Yahtzee's going to be on the Vala. I'm going to go with just Baker is going to be on the Orphea. Sidearm will be on the Muradin. And we've got Blaze being played by Chaos. I think I'm saying it right. No one correct me in chat right away. On the right-hand side, we have the members of Cerebral Gaming. We have got Kasaya, I think. On the Diva, we've got Novel's Waifu. On the Thrall, I think, Gullbreezy's going to be on the Joanna. We've got Sleepy Bear on the Ana, and John US, or Jonas, is going to be on that Lieutenant Morales. We made an emote for this. We made an emote for this. We literally made an emote for this, so enjoy, chat. Enjoy your Crash Lightning stacks. So Blaze will go into bottom lane. Diva's going to be matching that one down there, but I'm going to continue to kind of stick with the core 4 for a little bit. Actually, no, let's check out this bottom lane. Let's see how this is going to go at the start, because right now we typically just get rotations. I'll do my best to keep an eye on the health bars and see if there's any dive. There's a little bit of disruption right here, but no one actually ends up going down. I'm just going to continue to make rotations between lane, looking for that experience. Diva putting some damage on Blaze, but I think Blaze is kind of winning this out in the 1v1. Diva actually trying to deny the regeneration globe to them as well. Blaze did go into the new habits at level 1, so once they get those 15 stacks, they get the unstoppable status when they pop their Pyromania, but they also get the value from this, which is cooldown reduction on Pyromania by a significant amount per regeneration globe. 8 seconds per regeneration globe. And it's like, I want to say 80, but that sounds wrong in my head. 90-second cooldown, actually. So there you go. I mean, regeneration globes reducing that by 8 seconds per globe. That's not a bad deal. And you get unstoppable once you finish that out. Yes, Langaria, yes. I missed some of what you're saying about Mackinac as I was making this. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Kovi. Thank you for the clip. I'll have to check that out after this game. Lieutenant Morales is going to be starting the camp over here. Does need some help from the Ana. This is not what I would be expecting to see today. If you ask me what I'd be seeing in our matches with the Lieutenant Morales and an Ana clearing a camp, but Thrall does come in here to help and make things go a little bit faster. I think we're going to have the Diva come in just to get a little healing on that mecha form, and they can also get back into that bottom lane. Breezy and Sidearm in top lane are just... It's two tanks. So I don't like, unless they make a massive misplay, I don't think one's going to go down. But... speaking of plays, Ana does take the jet propulsion to the face right there. They got just a little damage onto them. They also did go Vampiric Round, so they're sitting on 23 stacks of those. Crash Lightning at 5 out of the 30. Yeah. It's delightful. Okay, yeah. No, I'll have to check out that clip here in just a second. If you're in my Discord, feel free to throw it in the Twitch Clips channel as well, if you would like to do so. 5 up on both sides. We do have Gullbreezy on the right-hand side grabbing this camp, and we have Objective A opening up in the next 12 seconds. Sleepy Bear a little bit low. Diva does have Mecha Explosion, but I'm expecting them to be holding that until they're on this objective phase where they can maybe use it as a zoning tool, force back the enemy team after putting a camp out or something, or excuse me, a turret or a biotic emitter, which, speaking of, no one really vying for that biotic emitter at the start here. I want to just quickly look. Doesn't show, of course. Does this one? No, it doesn't. I always forget if hitting tab will actually show who's got carried items, but the only thing that you can actually get is Tomb of the Spider Queen and Blackheart's Bay. Those are the only 2 maps where you can get this value. Speaking of, I was actually going through this with some friends today. Did you know that there's also Time CC'd? I have a lot of buttons for the Aliobs. And this is just like, I was talking about this with Not Paradox today, and he was like, this is the one that I never use, but also at the same time, like, it's kind of like, I should show this once in a while because it's just interesting. Oh, we can actually hear. This is one of my favorite ones. APM. We're actually going to leave the APM up for this little battle here because it's just always fun to see. If you're ever just like an RTS person like that, that's always just like a crazy thing, like just seeing their APM spike when they start to get into battle, or even just production phases. But 7 talent tiers going to be picked up here on both sides, so we'll bring back those talents so you can see what those will be. 79% on the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, and Cerebral Gaming sitting pretty good with 30-some% rising. That's a Diva Mecha Explosion. Sleepy Bear trying to make their way up, but no one is on the Lieutenant Morales. No one is diving Morales. Literally, no one is autoing into Morales. Like, she took a sliver of health right there, and she was in the fray of this fight, and no one died because no one dove the Morales. John took a little bit of health, and that might have actually been from the turret. Wait, double support? Yeah. I set up macros that rotate. Yeah, my, like this one, the one that you're about to see, this is the Stream Deck 1 button. It goes to experience. It goes to the damage and siege, and then it goes into experience. Then it goes into healing, and then it goes into the KDA, and then it swaps back to the level, the talent. So that way I don't need to press control. Like because what I used to do is I would forget. Like I'd be casting, be like, let's look at some of the other numbers, and then put it on, and then forget like 3 levels later. So this allows me to just cast and talk about absolutely nothing while you all look at all the stats on the bottom of the screen cycling through roughly every 20 seconds. 10 talent here will be coming through, and the Trigger Protector will be going down. Not going to be, oh my god, the Biotic Grenade with the healing mitigation onto Muradin will be enough as they have the damage over time onto them. That was not what I was expecting from that engagement. Wow. Diva is not going to have the Mech Explosion, but she's super, super close to doing it, so she's trying to tank a little bit of damage to build up that bar. It is up and available. Yahtzee going to throw a little multi-shot onto them, but no top lane fort going down. Excuse me, no top lane front gate or well. And we like to harp on this a lot because of the fact that top lane sustain. During the next objective phase, the brawl between these two teams will be consistent over this point. But the benefit of not having, or of taking out the enemy team as well, is that if they want to cycle out and get healthy or get a, you know, a little mana, if they want to get anything, they're gonna need to cycle into mid lane or all the way back to their keep front gate. As Sleepy Bear is somehow living through all this, that's gonna be a Mecha Explosion. Lieutenant Morales grenade goes the wrong way, but they still find the kill into Blaze. Bless Shield's gonna be ripped onto sidearm. I don't think they have a Dwarf Toss as the Sundering comes out. The last little bit of damage is there. They find a double kill as Ana continues to live, and once again, the members of Cerebral Gaming find themselves significantly ahead of the enemy side, especially with their 10 talent tier, turning that fight around right there. That was wild. Mocus Feralis, thank you, Kalis. I couldn't think of that in the fight, so I just was like, focus Morales. Anyways, thank you. Yes, I could not think of that one. What is this, 2017? What if I told you this, Linguria? We never left. It's always been double support. Nah, some people pick it up here and there still. I'd say it's definitely a crutch. I wouldn't say it's like a crutch, but you're weakening your overall value just to sustain through the fights. And there are ways around this. Like Decker Kane Haraja Cube would have been a huge benefit to them because they could have gone Emerald at level 4 and mitigated some of the other healing coming out from them. Obviously, it's not going to just like shut it down, but that would have, I think, been in a way. Plus, also, Decker Kane right now with Ruby at 4 and Perfect Gems at 20 is stupid powerful because he has a 5-second, he's basically has a 6-second Ruby. It's a 5-second Ruby, actually, but Haraja Cube is applied every 6 seconds because Perfect Gems is reduced to 6. Anyways, 2 are going to go down right there. The multi-shot comes out. Feral Wolf will connect onto them. That's also 25 stacks of Crash Lightning, 7 minutes and 46 seconds in this game. That's not bad Crash Lightning stacks whatsoever. Novel's Waifu really knows how to quest on some of these heroes, or at least, you know, is comfortable on the heroes that they do quest on, because Tassadar in the last game, as we were noting, did an amazing job. 27 stacks on that Crash Lightning. Whew. Control point B is going to be up and available in the next 14 seconds. We'll see what happens here as Biotic, okay, not Biotic Grenade, but the Displacement Grenade from the Lieutenant Morales will come through. Trying to body block the Blaze, forcing them to use the Jet Propulsion into them. They're gonna have the... Oh my god, the Sundering from Thrall! They go ahead and pop the... Combustion. Dear Lord, I couldn't think of the name for a second. I had to look at the talent. I had to look at the icon. Also, by the way, 8 minutes and 40 seconds Crash Lightning. That's pretty good. Like, hats off to Thrall right there for finishing it out. But Combustion from Blaze was used, they end up getting picked off. Sundering from the Thrall has been consistent for denying anyone from getting into their own gates and everything. They actually popped the Mecha Explosion. Diva's gonna have the massive, she's just literally playing underneath this because she's just like, all right, well, if you're not gonna try and dive me underneath this, and that massive shove bought a little bit of time. Stun, there's a lurking arm behind them. Mecha is gonna survive actually here. Gonna try and turn this around as the friendly team does rotate down. They do have the 13 talents here. There's gonna be a huge Rain of Vengeance. Eternal Feast coming out from the Orphe as the big Big shot comes out from the D.Va as well, getting her CDR or cooldown reduction onto her mecha form. Sidearm is taking a bit of damage. Blessed Shield comes out. There's going to be the Wolf from Thrall, and they have the Crash Lightning as well. Lieutenant Morales just casually you know, dancing on top lane point. I do want to point this out, though. Lieutenant Morales should be the one to jump in this because the Trickle Protector instantaneously starts to lose time. Granted, they lost, what, 5 seconds on that overall, but I don't know. Who else are you going to really put in there? You have another healer, so it's not like you need both in there. Sundering from Thrall comes out late, but still, if Blaze was somehow living through that last little bit of damage, they wouldn't have lived through the Sunder, so they'll be able to find that right there. Thrall does jump into the Trigger Protector. Me, personally, I would have said Thrall should stay out just because their siege damage is pretty good. Lieutenant Morales would have been a little more beneficial because right now their siege is nil, as they've just been kind of over there. Not to shame John or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, the speed at which they could have been aggressive with this Trigger Protector could have been a little bit faster. Speaking of aggression, they do find that kill into Stukov, and they're going to get the fort in top lane. By the way, did anyone else see that all of a sudden Overwatch today is a masterpiece and it's a 10 out of 10 game? That is the most confusing re-review that I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. I got nothing against Overwatch, but also at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know. They did do it with Heroes. Like, Heroes was 6.5 and then they changed it to an 8 after they did like a re-review. I think they did a re-review right around Heroes 2.0. But anyways, it was just weird for like Overwatch because I don't feel like they had like a 2.0 kind of deal. Like they just had. I don't need to get into it. I don't really have a good opinion on it either way, as we do have Sidearm diving in here. That's the Eternal Feast. There's going to get 1, 2, 3 procs from that, but not a whole lot of damage. Sundering will split them away. The D.Va Mecha Explosion will be out. Muradin split from the team. Does have that Avatar form. Going to buy them a little bit of time, but Sidearm should be able to get just fine. Wait, what? Does it? Yeah, it's on Twitter today. On Twitter today, it was posted everywhere. I've seen a lot of grief about Overwatch the few months. I haven't watched any of their esports because it's on YouTube and I have no idea where to look for it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I legitimately have no idea on YouTube where to look for Overwatch games, so I stopped trying to watch them and I actually started watching League this season. There's a whole invade onto this campus. This is going to be the combustion from the Blaze. They had a lurking arm out from the Stukov. Rain of Vengeance was there as well. Big shot from the D.Va, gonna get them a little extra time. Subdue was finished up by the Joanna, so they have that 80% slow every single time they hit a hero with that. It's not like they have to hit 2. Orphea does finish out the Mind Devourer from level 7. This fight still rages on as Stukov's the only one to go down. There is gonna be another D.Va explosion that is kind of zoning them away, and you can see this Blaze is in between a rock, is in between a rock and a hard place as they are going to go down. There was, I don't think they made it out of there either way, as Lieutenant Morales doesn't get the grenade onto onto the Orphea. But you know, Lieutenant Morales is just sieging. Top lane camp to be cleared out by D.Va, and Biotic Emitter will be grabbed by Ana and the Joanna. I love more Overwatch in HOTS. I actually wouldn't be too opposed to like Doomfist coming into HOTS. Doomfist or oh my god. Moira, there we go. I could not think of her name. I think she would have a really cool mechanic in this game. Like, I think Moira would be really interesting as a healer, and I think Doomfist would be kind of like a bruisery, like Doomfist would be very much like Thrallish, where he can be like a bruiser, he can be in the format. I like those two concepts. Those are what I would be leaning into. I would die to see Zen in Heroes. Zen is an absolute favorite. Zen, I think Zen would be cool, but like I'd like healing wise, I'm trying to make it like unique or something like that. Like I feel like Zen's healing. No, actually no, he's got buffs and debuffs, so maybe that would be interesting. Yeah, I feel like his healing would be very much like Brightwing-ish, where it'd be like an AOE circle and you'd just be applying buffs and debuffs. I don't know, or maybe you're just only applying the buffs and debuffs, and then you have like some sort of wave. I don't know. There's definitely there's room for both of those. Ain't Kira's kit similar to Doomfist's? Doomfist has a handgun. Kira doesn't. But I don't know enough about Doomfist to really argue one way or the other. I mean, Kira has a sword and Doomfist has a fist. Like, if anything, like, Doomfist's ultimate would be close to, like, Imperious's, like Wrath of Angiris. Except Doomfist would be like a landing AoE rather than a pickup and then land AoE. But as I said, I don't play Overwatch, so I couldn't argue Doomfist being close to Kira or not. I look at Kira and go, she has a sword, and look at Doomfist and I go, he punches things and has a fist that is a gun. And that's all I can really talk to Doomfist like. I think he has like a charge forward. That's it. Doomfist can do uppercut like stun. I mean, Kira has revolving sweep, which I would argue is very, very different. Like, I think, as I said, like, I think Doomfist would be very thrallish. You'd be able to, you know, have your uppercut stun, the same thing as your Frostwolf. You'd maybe have like a burst AoE fire forward, kind of like a multi-shot from Vala. That would be like his fist thingy. I don't know what else he does in Overwatch outside of his ulti, but still. This is a huge fight breaking out. There's a massive shove from the Stukov. There's a combustion from the Blaze in the backline. They're going to connect onto everyone with that. The bot commander is still going to be out in favor for the members of Cerebral Gaming. And I want to point this out. There was a there was a stim-droned Ana right there. If no one caught that, that was stim drone on Ana, who has Vampiric Rounds. But Thrall's going to clean up as they find 4 kills. Muradin trying to make their way out. D.Va gonna boost forward. Still finds Muradin. And her sustained damage should be enough. Lieutenant Morales gonna be flanking in here. I wonder if there's a grenade. Oh, it actually pushes them away, but she still finds the auto and gets the kill. Joanna gonna be in bottom lane, and they're gonna be able to push in through mid lane. I wonder... I think this is going to be... someone's getting pinged because they stole a kill. They're obviously gonna be trying to look at their positioning, but I think that, yeah, they just walked Trigla Protector in through the mid lane. Ana, oh my god, this is just dumb. Did she go, she did go Dynamic Optics as well. What is Ana shooting for right now? It was like 3.67, I think, is what I just saw right there. Look at the damage actually coming out from Ana right now. Hold on, let's pull up the damage stats. Because I want to see this. It's actually gotta be a little ridiculous. 41,000 heroic damage from an Ana. Sorry, I'm looking at heroic damages. Thrall does get the nano boost, and this is looking like the core is going to fall rapidly. They're just now losing the shield. Trigla Protector coming in through mid lane. They don't even have a gunner in it, and they're actually ignoring sidearm. They do throw the D.Va within, so a mech within a mech within a mech as combustion comes out from the Blaze. Someone just got shredded by the ETC, but that's going to be a double kill coming out from the Trigla Protector, and the members of Cerebral Gaming going to be taking game number 2 in our first best of 3 in a 2-0 fashion. GG. Well played. He'd be a bruiser for sure, yeah. The ult would be like Joanna's ult. Yeah, it would be, yeah, it'd be a lot like Falling Sword. I feel like they could make it different though. Like they could make it, because I mean, you could also argue it's like Stage Dive. Or it's like, it's kind of like Wrath of Angiris, except Wrath of Angiris, you have to pick someone up to get the value from it. Otherwise, you just do a really cool lunge forward and make some noise. Ana just be like, I'm pew-pewing over here. Exactly. Ana, dear lord. Like, look at Ana in the top 4 damage. 47,000 heroic. They were near 2,000 from the Orphea. Woo. Let's see if we can get an interview. All right, get a player in here in just a second. She did like 10k hero damage in the last push, seriously. She also got nano boosted too, or stimmed. Alrighty, everybody, at this time we're gonna be joined by Gull Breezy. Congratulations on your 2-0. How you feeling?
Feel pretty good. Fun games.
They were some interesting games. Now, I do want to point something out. At the end, Lieutenant Morales got a kill. Then there was a bunch of pings on Lieutenant Morales. Was that because Lieutenant Morales stole someone's kill?
Yes. We're trying to get Thrall the unofficial pentakill.
Oh, that was so funny. I also, like, hats off to your Thrall player. Novel's waifu, they played the Tassadar in game 1, and they played this Thrall. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone finish Crash Lightning in 9 minutes into a game. Like, that was just dumb quick. Like, very, very well versed on that Thrall. Is that a comfort pick for them?
Yeah, a little bit. It's one of the few.
Okay. It's a pretty. It's just, it was really, really well played. Even the Tassadar play, it was just nightmarish to watch. Going into the further points, or further parts of the season, have you had a chance to look at some of your upcoming opponents? Is there anyone you're excited or nervous to go up against?
Yeah, I guess everybody's waiting on us versus Pepajayas or whatever.
The Papegas?
Yeah, the Papegas. They're the other team with the most points besides us, so I guess that's the grudge match, right? So that's who I've been looking at, I guess. I haven't looked at their team, but I know that they're coming up in the first week of June.
Oh, okay. I'll have to keep my eyes out for that, because I do... I know the team name, and I feel like there's a couple players that I've seen throughout previous seasons as well on there, so... That's definitely a match I'll have to keep my eyes out for. Is this your first season in NGS? Are you a new team? Like, because we're down here in Division E, like, sometimes it's just like teams are thrown together, or can you talk a little bit about, Cerebral Gaming?
Yeah, new team, new to HOTS, coming from League of Legends. New to NGS.
Well,
so,
first things...
Brand new everything.
First things first, welcome. Second, are you all from League, or is it just a couple of you and you grab some HOTS players, or?
All from League.
Wow. So I gotta ask a lot of questions about this. How long have you been playing HOTS then?
Some of us played a couple years ago, not for long. Some of us are brand new now.
Okay.
Half and half.
So overall, like, you're a really strong team. Because you have a lot of good concepts down. Like, rotations are strong, wave clear, draft understanding is really good too. Like, this draft here, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work, and now, like, by the end of the game, I was like, it is a very level 20 comp, but this is a dumb level 20 comp. Like, dynamic optics with the hyperactivity, like, this is just, I've never seen this, but I love this. This is such an interesting composition. Like, do you come up with these drafts on your own? Is it like things you thought of, or have you just seen this and you're like interested from that?
Some of them are original, some of them aren't. This one was, quote, hyper carry Ana. Even though usually the other person usually ends up carrying, but that's the joke, is the stem drone Shrike build Ana. So that's the joke with that one. First one was like a big comp. We've seen that one around on Reddit and stuff.
Oh, the Tassadar and Rhaegar, but then also you threw in that Tychus with the Commandeer Odin.
Yep, and Mirrodin gets big, and then Deathwing is just always big. So
yeah, I was gonna ask, Deathwing doesn't get value from Bloodlust, right?
No.
Yeah, that's why, because we didn't see, like, there wasn't any, like, enlarging of Deathwing, but I was like, well, is it one of those things where, like, they don't enlarge the model? But actually, as I say this, I realize if you shrink ray or pacify from, like, Alex Strauss or anything like that on Deathwing, they do shrink in size. So that model thing is there. But no, it's really interesting. You all had an insanely good show up, and as even chat's a little surprised you coming from League of Legends into Heroes. So welcome to the Heroes community. I'm hoping you're having fun with all this. And these are some really good games. Before I let you run out of here, are there any shout-outs that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Just want to let all the casters know it's Nova is waifu, because everybody mispronounces it. I'm not sure if you did.
I said Novel's waifu.
Yeah, that capital I is messing with people. Other than that, that's about it. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the team we just played, etc.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. You have a wonderful night, and congratulations on your 2-0 victory. See you all further down in Season 9 of NGS.
Yep, sounds good.
Talk to you later.